Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my YouTube experience. My name is Claudia Fernandez, and I want to say thank you to my 180 subscribers. So let's dive right into it. Today, I want to speak about depression. You heard me. The reason why I want to speak about depression is if you're building wealth, if you're trying to accomplish your success, you're trying to climb your mountains, you're trying to gain spiritual awareness, spiritual knowledge, we need to be mentally healthy, and we need to dive in from the inside for our outside to be successful. So the definition of depression: feeling of severe despondency and dejection. I even had to look up these words because I'm like, okay, this definition has other words that I don't understand. So despondency means a state of low spirit caused by loss of hope or courage. Dejection, a sad and depressed state, low spirit. Some of us are depressed, but we don't even know because we're not used to functioning at a high energy level. You might be depressed right now. You might be out there. You might be low and you don't even realize it. Life is passing you by. You're not accomplishing your dreams. You're not accomplishing your goals because you're depressed, but you don't know it. 1.9 million children of the ages 3 to 17 have diagnosed depression. And this is something that I got from the Centers of Disease Control data and statistics on children's mental health. This is a 2018 statistics, so imagine where it's at in 2022. Some of us have been depressed in childhood and we don't even know it. Women are also twice as likely as men to have depression. How do we find out that we are depressed? That's a great question. How do we find out that we are depressed? We have been depressed since childhood. No one has diagnosed us. We're women. We're more likely than men to be depressed. No one is telling us, hey, you're depressed. How do we find out that we're depressed? I have about 6 different things that will help you to understand, not to self-diagnose. And mind you, I'm not an expert. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a therapist or a psychiatrist, but I'm a human being and I go through my waves of feelings and emotions. So I feel like I have total right to speak to you guys about this topic. Number one is one way that you can find out that you're depressed is you're always talking or thinking about death. I don't know about you, but we don't want to live our lives. I don't want to live my life always thinking about death. This is something that actually haunts me a lot, that I'm working on for my self-growth, is not thinking about death and feeling like, not when I'm going to die or how I'm going to die, but more so always saying things like, nobody died. You know what I mean? Like things like that, and just constantly referring to death as like a end all be all. Number 2, having depressed parents. I was listening to something today and the doctor's name was Michael. He was talking about you are more likely to be depressed if your parents have been depressed. So if our parents have been depressed, we need to break these curses of depression. We need people to wake up and realize that you have been depressed your whole life. So when you have a little bit of positivity, you don't know how to handle it. You don't know how to hold your own light. So another thing, number 3, feelings of guilt. I don't know about you, but me, there are times that I feel guilty. Well, not so much now, but I used to feel guilty about a lot of things, as if everything in this world was messed up by Claudia. And that's not the case. The world is not messed up by you. The world was this way when you got here. And you just want to try to make the world a better place by shining your light. And the only way that we can do that is by waking up and realizing that we have been depressed. Once we realize that we have been depressed, we can then wake up and hold our light. Number 4, you have aches, pains, headaches, or cramps that won't go away. If you wake up every day with aches on your chest, maybe you have headaches, things like that, maybe those are signs of your body. Your own body is trying to tell you, hey, you're depressed. Maybe you're just full of too many thoughts and your head is just aching because you just won't stop thinking. And a lot of this is caused by fear. So your depression is probably caused by fear. Maybe your fear of death, your fear of, I don't know, being in enclosed spaces, your fear of social anxieties, things like that. Number 5, persistent, sad, anxious, or empty feeling. And I feel like I can relate with number 5 because, there was a time in my life, especially between my ages of 23, 24, and 25, where I felt like there was an emptiness in my soul. But once I started reading the Bible, I started seeking Jesus Christ, I started growing, I started to realize that this emptiness just needs to be filled. You just need that void just needs to be filled with light, with positivity, with good music, with good food, cooking, dancing, smiling, laughing. You just have to be the person to be your own hero. Okay. And that's something I heard today. Someone said, I was reading, I read it somewhere. It said, I learned to be my own hero, and that stuck with me. I read that today. So for me is, I have to be my own hero. Number 6, and my last one is suicidal thoughts or suicide attempts. So you guys, this is important. A lot of us, we get just filled with thoughts, and a lot of times is because we're just so suppressed, maybe financially, maybe with your family members. Maybe you're the one that grew in this family that you just feel like you don't belong to that family, and you're just always seeking your own family. Like myself, I feel like I'm always seeking my own family. But, when you have suicidal thoughts, of course, you want to reach the hotlines. You want to speak to somebody, maybe your pastor, someone at your church, a spiritual mom, or your mom, your dad, someone you feel like you can entrust. You want to speak to them about these thoughts because, they're just thoughts. They're just ideas. They can go away just how they came. They can leave. Okay. I have a few more notes for you guys. So now we have an idea of the symptoms, we need to work at getting better one day at a time. Even if you're great one day and the next day you're good, as long as we're getting to know ourselves and working on our spirit. Remember that depression means that you're low on spirit. There might be people that don't want to heal depression with spirituality or spiritual growth, but the definition of depression is having low spirit. So, a lot of us, maybe we don't want to seek out and start talking about God, like, oh, God is going to fix depression, or nobody wants to speak about Jesus Christ or the Holy Spirit or having a faith or whatever it is that you believe in, but you have your own ground of spirituality. I think that's the first step to getting out of depression, is you have to have your own spiritual guidance. But nobody wants to deal with it in a spiritual manner, but it means that you're low in spirit. It literally means that. People want to self-medicate, or whatever the purpose is. And I'm not telling you to get off your medicine, but what I'm saying is maybe add some spiritual pills. You know what I mean? Like read a verse a day, read a chapter a day, sing, listen to gospel music, maybe read an article, read things like that. What are we missing? What are we missing? I believe an adventure with God, enjoying ourselves, fighting back the enemy or negative thoughts, not comparing ourselves, growing by being an individual. You have to find your own sense of individuality. Once you realize that you're an individual, that you're independent, that you're your own being, and that you have your own purpose, your own light, and you're going to shine if you just keep reaching that mountain, reaching that top, reaching that goal, you're going to get there. It might take you 1 year, it might take you 6 months, but in the time being, you need to grow. You need to understand yourself. You need to, maybe get to know God and understand how he works in your life, because how God is, maybe he works differently in your life than in your neighbor's life. Okay, grasping onto happiness and peace. Some things I do is read the Bible, finding peace in the love of Jesus, changing our friends, creating a new dream. You know, maybe you're stuck because you're stuck onto and holding on to this dream that's not going to manifest for you because that's not your destiny. Maybe you need to create a new dream for yourself, and that's okay. We have all the right to reinvent ourselves, to say, okay, I have a new dream. I want to create something new for myself. Okay, work towards financial independence. So maybe you had a dream before, but now your new dream is, okay, I want to be financially free because I don't want to be in bondage anymore. You don't want to have debt anymore. You don't want to owe debt collectors anymore. Even if you just start there, next thing you know, you can become the next millionaire just by starting saying, okay, I'm just going to start on this spiritual journey of getting to know God and trying to get out of debt. And you know what? I'm just going to go for it. And next thing you know, you start learning about credit. And then next thing you know, you start building your credit. And then you have trade lines and lines of credit. And the next thing you know, boom, you have made it. You get hundreds and thousands of dollars in credit that you can use to invest in real estate. You can use to invest in land. You can use to invest in another business, maybe even cryptocurrency, NFTs, whatever it is that you wish to invest in, the trucking business, things that are booming and things that will be here for a little while. You can do things like that. Okay? Maybe start wishing happiness for other people. Genuinely start wishing happiness for other people. That way you can feel like, you know, that's what you have. You already have happiness. So you're going to wish it on others. So that way, you know, okay, I'm wishing it on somebody else because I already have my happiness. No one's going to take it away from you. So once again, you guys, thank you for watching. And make sure you guys share this video with someone because maybe I'm here to help, you know, multiple people maybe get out of depression and realize that they are depressed, because no one's going to tap you on the shoulder and tell you, hey, you're depressed. It's just a feeling that you get, maybe going through life changes, going through age changes. You go from one age to the next and no one's there to help you transition. So you struggle a lot, you know. So thank you once again to the 180 subscribers. You guys, we started at 0 and now we're at 180. Let's get to 1,000. Let's get to hundreds of thousands of subscribers for my YouTube channel. Make sure you go and watch my other videos because I teach a lot about philosophies and how to go about life. I'm the person that teaches you how to do things spiritually, and just basically having my philosophies is a way to express my growth in life and share my, like, it's kind of like a life coaching that I do. So if you guys want to maybe have a one-on-one on Zoom, you guys can email me. We can sit down and chat it up and maybe help each other not only accomplish goals, but goal set. We can do a goal setting meeting. And not only do I talk about philosophies, but I also speak about business. So you guys, thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for being a part of my journey. And my bonus to this video is this. I have an update. I've actually became debt free recently. I don't owe any student debt, any credit cards, any car loan debt, or any other type of debt. I am officially debt free. My journey with debt is finished, but it has led me to another mountain, another climb, a new season in my life where I can focus on building. I can focus on spreading and sharing of how I got out of debt and helping other people. So thank you guys once again. Enjoy your beautiful day. Make sure to smile on the inside so you can smile on the outside.